Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. Our top story this midday is this weather. Some areas are now under a tornado watch. It comes after a dramatic morning of stormier weather. Take a look. It started with heavy rain overnight and into this morning. One of our photographers shot this video around 7:30 in the area along South Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. As you can see, the rain was coming down so hard it was sort of flooding the streets and almost making it difficult to get around town. Along with the rain, strong wind blew into Sioux Falls around 9 a.m. It knocked out power to several traffic lights in and around downtown. It was also strong enough to tear down branches and leaves from trees, leaving them scattered in city streets. We have areas in southeastern South Dakota and northwest Iowa right now that are watching for the possibility of tornadoes, right, Adam?
We absolutely have that tornado watch in place for portions of extreme southeastern South Dakota and northwestern Iowa until 5 o'clock this evening. We'll get into that in just a moment, but just to give a recap also of all the storm reports we've seen over the last couple of hours. Notice all of the wind reports that we've been seeing over to the south and east, not to mention some pretty large hail as well at times in northwestern Iowa, down along the Missouri River, but gusts of upward to 60, 65 miles per hour were observed earlier this morning, even briefly knocking out power toward the airport. But now we're at least back online figuratively and literally. When now it's going to be a matter of seeing what comes up as we head through the rest of the afternoon and into your evening. But for the time being, we're not doing too badly. We're at least quiet, but that silence is not going to be lasting for much longer, especially down to the south and east. So here's downtown, 61 at the airport. A north wind of 15 miles per hour. We are going to be keeping an eye on areas down to our south and east as we go through the afternoon and into the early evening. So you see where we have the issue here. Notice down toward northwestern Iowa and Spencer, they're at 71 still. 2 points are a little bit higher in southeastern KELOLAND as well. But compare that to the 50s across much of the area up to the north and west. That's a cooler and inherently more stable air mass that's up that way. And there are the dew points, speaking of which, upper 50s and low 60s. So we do have the moisture in place. We have some warmth. We have low pressure that's going to be moving basically over the southeastern portion of KELOLAND. And the end result is going to be that potential for some severe weather. We do have rain out there, and just plain rain. West of Pier through Miller into Huron as well. Northeastern South Dakota getting in on that. But we're going to be watching down in Nebraska for some activity that's going to try and come on up and make its presence known. This is why we have a slight to enhanced risk in place for northwestern Iowa down toward Vermilion, Sioux City, Elk Point, and Jefferson as well, even down toward Beersford and Canton included in that. An enhanced risk in orange, level 3 for Spencer over the Storm Lake. Sioux Falls right now under a marginal risk for severe weather with Yankton and Marshall, but this is the tornado watch we've been talking about. This is until, again, 5 p.m. this afternoon. This includes Lincoln, Union, and Clay counties in South Dakota, the entirety of our northwestern Iowa viewing area as well, including the likes of Sioux Center, Rock Valley, Rock Rapids, over to Spencer and Lake Okoboji, as we do have that potential for tornadic activity with any thunderstorms that do develop. So this will be an afternoon where you will want to stay weather aware in southeastern KELOLAND. We'll go into a little more detail on what we're expecting, plus we'll take a look at the rest of your 7-day forecast as well coming up.
Sounds good. Thank you, Adam. A program at a school in northeast South Dakota is helping fill a need for healthcare workers. Groton Area Schools partnering with Sundial Manor in Bristol to help high schoolers become certified nursing assistants. This spring semester, several high schoolers became CNAs and 2 are employed so far.
It's been one of the most rewarding things this year. At healthcare in general, there's just a shortage of healthcare workers, and to see students getting excited to enter the field and to watch them interact with patients and that kind of thing is just a very rewarding feeling.
Coming up in our Eye on KELOLAND tonight, you're going to meet a 17-year-old who's doing important work at Sundial Manor. In national developments, former President Donald Trump's defense team wrapped up its case this morning at the former president's criminal trial in New York. The judge said jurors would return next Tuesday to hear closing arguments, with deliberations likely beginning the following day. Christiane Benavides reports from Miami.
Defense witness Robert Costello wrapped up his testimony this morning, and lawyers for defendant Donald Trump quickly concluded their case without calling the former president to the stand.
I think this would have been a huge loser to put him on the stand because, one, let's remember most criminal defendants don't take the stand for some obvious reasons. It subjects them to cross-examination, which, depending on the defendant, can be potentially hugely risky.
On Monday, Costello's combative behavior and comments compelled Judge Juan Merchan to clear the court to reprimand the witness. An angry Merchan told Costello, "If you don't like my ruling, you don't give me side-eye and you don't roll your eyes." Then asked him, "Are you staring me down right now?"
This is a conflicted judge. Highly conflicted judge.
The 45th president has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records to hide so-called hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels over an alleged sexual encounter. During 4 days of testimony, Trump's one-time attorney and fixer Michael Cohen linked his former boss to the payments, but the defense repeatedly attacked his credibility. Cohen served jail time for lying under oath to Congress, and on Monday he admitted to stealing money from the Trump Organization.
Michael Cohen is such a proven liar that why would it surprise us that he's also a thief?
Trump did not speak as he left the courthouse. Cristian Benavides, CBS News.